Now come to the source code part. Let me explain you what we are going to do, like how we have done this much thing. So first of all, I have I have copied this UI which you are seeing, the contact page homepage.jsp. I have copied from the bootsnip.com, so credit goes to them. I just want to concentrate on my the business logic, so I have copied that UI from the bootsnip. And you can see the UI also looks good, so that's the great thing done by them. So whatever the user wants to enter, we are first we need to save them in the backend, and after the backend we will just send him the request ID which is generated from the backend. So let me start my MySQL and show you the table as well. We will come to the code part also. Okay, so now let me explain you how what is going on here. So first of all, the once the application is started, it will come to this context us application.java. It will check which application need to run. So as per the main, the entry point is here, context us dot application. So once the application is started as a Spring Boot, we will the route once the user click on the blank routing, as you can see, the first user clicking on the localhost 8085, which is the blank routing. On blank routing, what we are going to do in the home controller, you can see we have created one class and define it as a controller by using the add controller annotation and auto add for the service class. So service class is here, contact service as auto add. And in the blank routing, what we are going to do, we are just going to set one contact as a new contact blank object. We are setting here in the model dot add attribute, and we are returning the home page. So it will by using the application dot properties view resolver functionality, it will append the views folder before this as a prefix and as a suffix as the .jsp. So the complete will be as views slash homepage .jsp. So you can see in the web app we have views, then after that we will have the homepage.jsp. So inside this, what I have done, I have done here I have included the header.jsp, not required the footer, so keep it as it is. In the header.jsp, what I have done, I have just defined my two taglit properties, one for JSTL and one from Spring Form. These two we needed, and one the like bootstrap we needed here, then contact .css file. So I already told you I have copied from the Bootsnip. I will share the link of that UI in the description. You can check there, and the jQuery. And now come to the homepage.jsp. So earlier we have imported two taglib as the JSTL and Spring Form. So we are just going to interact with that. We are going to create here the Spring Form action is equal to add contact detail, method is equal to post method model attribute as the contact. So contact earlier we have set here as a new contact as a blank object, and we are just accessing here in homepage.jsp file. Okay, now these are the UI part. We'll just come through our main application part, like from where we are going to define our main field. So as you can see, label, and here is the input type. Input type is equal to form input type is equal to text, path is equal to first name, and placeholder enter your first name. Same thing we have done for the last name as well. So these are the property already defined in my Pojo class. I will in my model class. Okay, so path is equal to as email, path is equal to as comments. So like this we have defined all these things, and we have just closed the form tag here. So on submit of this form, we are calling this method, we are calling this action add contact details. So add contact details, it will again route to the home controller. It will check a man here we have the contact model attribute. We are saving in the contact, we are binding the result. In case of any error in the result has error, we are just returning the home page again. In case of we don't have any error, we are just saving, we are calling this function add contact from the service class. And on the return we are getting the saved contact, whatever the saved contact we have. Then in the redirect that redirect RD this redirect attribute, we are just setting the add flash attribute as a message, as a key, and value as thanks for contacting us, we will contact you soon, your request ID is like this. So save contact dot get request ID here. Now let me now again we are redirecting on the this home page, so that again it will create the blank contact form here. Okay, now first let me show you the contact.java file here, which is our model class. Whatever the database we have defined, it is table like entity name, entity, add entity, then table, on which table we need to perform this. So contact, all the property will going to save in the context underscore lead. As ID, which is the request ID, is my primary key, add generated value as the identity, so it will auto generate it on the MySQL. So let me show you, let me check the database, which database I have used here. Shopee database I have used here. Now let me go in the Shopee database and show you the table name. So here we have the Shopee database, and in Shopee database we have the contacts lead. So whatever the user going to insert on the front end, we are going to save on the back end for our record purpose. You can skip this functionality, but I have kept here for the recording purpose. So this much email I have tried. Last one is the 7, which is the G Prajapati, like G Prajapati 812, love your video. We have added this one. Okay, now come to this one. As you can see, the request underscore ID, comments, email, first name, last name, all this property we have defined in the contact.java. Once you will define, it will automatically create, Hibernate automatically create all these fields in the table if the table is not created in the database. Okay, so all the getter, setter, to string, this much in this model class we will have. Now come to the contact service, where the main thing is happening in the service class. Okay, so service class, what it is doing, contact service.java, we have auto add this contact repository as repo. So what we have done here, in the contact repository interface, in the interface we have just extend the JP repository. So after extending JP repository, we will get the default functionality, which is the most common functionality we can use in the like add, delete, subtract, add, delete, and update the record. This all the basic functionality we can do. We can perform the multiple select query based on our requirement. Okay, so the main thing is happening here for sending the mail. So like contact, saved contact, repo dot save contact. So like after saving the contact in the database, we are trying to send the email in the try catch block. As you can see, the send email, saved contact, we are passing the saved contact to the send email function, and in case of any exception it will just print, and after that, after the successful, it will just return the saved contact to the home controller. Okay. So in the send mail function, what we are doing, we are just getting as the input parameter as the saved contact, and we are throwing two exception, messaging exception and unsupported encoding exception. So in case of anything happened, we are just throwing, and after importing that package, that is the spring starter mail, you will get all the default functionality provided by the Spring. We just need to pass the property in the already defined class. So here we will have the Java mail sender IMPL, mail sender is equal to new Java mail sender IMPL, and in the mail sender we need to set all this property. I have already told you where we will get this one. In this one we have click on the setting, on the setting we have click on the configuration instruction, and we got this all this property, SMTP, Gmail, require SSL, okay, TLS authentication, yes, port number for TLS 587. So all this property we need to add here. We can also use the application dot properties, like in case of introduction we need another, and in UAT we need another, so we can define this all this property in the application dot properties file, and we can access those property here. Okay, So I have just used the static thing. So smtp.gmail.com, port number as 587, you can see here as well, and your email id, your username, and your app password. Okay, so I have used here my app password. And properties, mail properties is equal to new properties, mail properties dot set property. Here we are going to set the properties like smtp authentication is required is true, and start TLS is also enabled, so it will be also true. And we are storing that we are sending that properties as Java mail properties into the mail sender of this reference mail sender properties we are passing. Okay, after this much like after defining the mail sender, we just need to define the our message type, what message we need to send to the user. So MIM message. Okay, MIM message is equal to mail sender dot create MIM message. So after creating this MIM message, we are creating the helper of that MIM helper. Message helper is equal to new message helper. Inside we are passing the message object. Then helper dot set form. So we are just like telling that from which email you are passing the email ID. If you see the first email which I have already sent, so as you can see the first email I have sent where we will have the from the slash code contact team, and this one to this one, thanks for contacting us. So all these things we are setting in the helper class. So helper dot set from slash code, and the name is the slash code contacting. Then set to saved contact dot get email, from like to whom I need to send the email. So set to from the saved contact dot get email. So whatever the user have saved contact, we will get that value inside this get email function. And then set subject as thanks for contacting us. The content will be like this: we will contact you soon, your request id is saved contact dot get request id. Then mail sender dot send message. So this is the main thing where it is happening. It is sending the mail to that email id which we have in the saved contact dot get email. And after the sending, we will just printing the service mail sent to saved contact get email. Okay, so like this we have done this mail thing. So main thing is here, the magic is happening here only. We have created the sender implementation object and properties. Then we have created the mail sender, we have created the MIM message. The main magic is happening here. So after the successful of, in case of any exception, we are just throwing the exception or printing the exception, and after that we are just returning the saved contact. In the home controller, it is printing that saved contact on the front page by using the redact attribute add flash attribute function. Okay, now let me show you the last one, the how the application overview. So my application started here successfully. You just need to click on the right click and start your application, run as Spring Boot application, and it will start your Spring Boot application here. So I have my application has started successfully. Let me refresh this page, and so that it will again click on the blank routing, and it will route us to the homepage.jsp file which I have created here. So it will redirect me to the homepage.jsp file which I have created here. And after this, like this is the blank page. Now let me add my details here, and nice video, thanks. Okay, just this much, and just click on submit. It will save your data in the database, and after this it will try to send a mail to your Gmail ID. So this Gmail ID, it is going to send email. So it is reloading again. Thanks for contacting us, we will contact you soon, request ID is 8. Okay, and if you see your email, you can see the one mail is there, new /code contacting. Now click me on this. So thanks for contacting us, we will contact you soon, your request ID is this. So in this way we can send the email, and let me show you the database also. for record purpose I have used here to store all this inquiry which is coming from my database. Nice video, thanks here. Okay, so I hope you got to know all this thing, like how to send your email to like whatever the user going to enter on the contact page, and if you want to contact the user once again, like sending a system generated mail or something like that, then you can do like this without using any mail server or anything. You can use your Gmail as the free and you can send your email. So thanks for watching, friend. If you have any doubt, any question, then please put in the comment section. I will definitely reply on that, and please subscribe to my channel, friend. Thank you so much.